Could I ask everybody please to stand to welcome the bride and groom?
I'm shy. I'm going to cry.
Would everybody like to be seated, those that can? Once again, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to Whitehaven Register Office. Before I commence the ceremony, can I introduce my colleague Geraldine Baldwin, who is Registrar today.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And my name is Stephen Winterbottom. And for those of you who didn't recognise that little track there was called Friday I'm in Love by The Cure. And a very appropriate choice, I think, Louisa. I would like to start the ceremony by first of all explaining that this room in which we are now gathered has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. You are all here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Brian and Louisa, who would like to thank you all for coming to witness their marriage vows and to celebrate the beginning of their new life together as husband and wife. Through their vows today, which are a formal and public pledge of their love, they are making a commitment to each other. And by your presence here, you are expressing your support for them. Marriage is a desire for two people to share themselves and their experiences with each other, and a willingness to accept each other for what they are. The purpose of marriage is that you may always love, care for, and support each other through all the joys and sorrows of life. It means making a commitment, developing and maintaining cooperation, friendship, and mutual respect. It calls for trust, understanding, and encouragement. Although the civil ceremony is simple, without ritual or ceremonial, the vows that Brian and Louisa will make today are solemn and binding. It is a day for them to remember, and you, their family, friends, and witnesses, are here to wish them well for a very long, healthy, and happy future together. Firstly, I have to ask that if any person here present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. Brian and Louisa, before you were joined in matrimony, I have to remind you again of the solemn and binding character of the ceremony of marriage. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of one man with one woman voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. Now you are both required to make two declarations, and the first declaration you make states that you know of no legal reason why you should not be married to each other. Brian, are you ready to make your first declaration?
Yes.
Would you like to repeat these words? I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Brian James Goodwin,
why I, Brian James Goodwin,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Louisa and
to Louisa and Moon.
Louisa, are you ready to make your first declaration? If you'd like to repeat these words after me, please. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Louisa Ann Moon,
why I, Louisa Ann Moon,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not stand in matrimony
to Brian James Golding.
Brian James Goodwin.
Thank you very much. It's now time for the bride and groom to make their contract of marriage before you, their witnesses, here with them today. And at this point in the ceremony, could I invite all the guests, please, to stand. There is a second declaration to be made, and that second declaration states that you ask these persons here with you today to witness your contract of marriage. Would you like to turn and face each other, to link hands? Absolutely. Right, if you'd like to say these words to me. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Brian James Goodwin,
to witness that I, Brian James Goodwin,
do take thee, Louisa Ann Moon,
do take thee, Louisa Ann Moon,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Louisa, can you say these words to Brian? I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Louisa Ann Moon,
to witness that I, Louisa Ann Moon,
do take thee, Brian James Goodwin,
do take thee, Brian James Goodwin,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to my lawful wedded husband.
Turn and face me. Nick, would you like to come round here and stand here for me, please? We now come to the point in the ceremony where it's traditional for the bride and groom to exchange rings. The wedding ring is the unbroken circle, symbolising unending and everlasting love, and is the outward sign of the lifelong promise that you have just made to each other. Could we have Louisa's ring, please, Pastor Brian? Certainly. Brian, if you'd like to take Louisa's hand and place it on the finger that she wants, that's lovely. Big smile. Right. Give it a little twist if that's right. Gather it's a ring that comes apart. It came apart the other day. You haven't had a broken finger this year. If you'd like to hold her hand, Brian, and if you'd like to say these words to me, please. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token
of the commitment we have made
of the commitment we have made
and as a sign of my love.
and as a sign of my love.
If you receive the ring, Louise, and say to Brian, I receive this ring
I receive this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of all that we shall share
of all that we shall share
in our love together, in our future together, in our future together. You can't get rid of this ring, he's trying. In our future together. In our future together. Thank you very much. If we could have Brian's ring now, Pastor Louisa, that's lovely. And if you'd like to place that on Brian's finger. Big smile. Give him a twist back. Get your own back. If you'd like to hold that there and say these words to him, Louisa, I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token
of the commitment we have made
and the commitment we have made
and as a sign of my love.
and as a sign of my love.
Brian, if you receive it, I receive this ring
I receive this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of all that we shall share
of all that we shall share
in our future together.
in our future together.
You'd like to turn and face me, holding hands. May these rings, which by long tradition form the seal of a marriage, be a reminder of the vows that you have made here today. May you wear them with happiness and pride today and always. Brian James Goodwin and Louisa Ann Moon, in the presence of your family and friends, you have both made the declarations as required by law and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other. You have also symbolised your marriage by the joining of hands and the giving and receiving of rings. We hope that your love may be fulfilled in a relationship of permanent and continuing commitment. and it's therefore my very great pleasure to declare that you are now husband and wife together. Would you like to seal it with a kiss? Round of applause. Would the guests like to be seated, those that have chairs? Just a few words to wish Brian and Louisa well. It's called the Blessing of the Apaches. It's also an Indian wedding ceremony, an extract. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there is no more loneliness for you, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two bodies, but there is only one life before you. Go now to your dwelling place to enter into the days of your togetherness, and may your days be good and long upon this earth. Congratulations. We'll now have the signing of the register, so talk amongst yourselves for the next 10 minutes.